Welcome to the English 107 Technical Writing Series. This week we're going to be talking about your letterhead assignment. We'll talk about the simple design elements. I'll give you some directions in addition to the ones that are already in your calendar, and I'll also show you a couple of examples. This is a very important project because this letterhead will be the letterhead on which you submit your Good News Memo coming up in the following weeks, your letter of inquiry, your complaint letter, and your cover memo for your final proposal at the end of the term. The letterhead assignment is also important because this is the first piece of professional communication that someone will see from you. One of the first things I want to talk about today is the actual spacing on your letterhead. If you will notice on this piece of letterhead, it happens to be one that I have designed with my own name. In between the two lines here and here, you will see a lot of space. And this space is for your actual letter. Often I have students submit letterhead and there's not enough space in the middle of the letterhead to actually write the letter. You will also notice that on this letterhead, the name Robert Sherfield is bolder and a little bit bigger than the other type. This is important because it calls attention to your name, the person who is sending the letter. You will also notice out to the left-hand side, we have a small logo here. This logo exemplifies professor, author, and speaker. This is a free logo that I just happened to download from photos on Google. So this is a piece of letterhead that would work well for a piece of formal correspondence. Let's take a look at the letterhead for Samantha Brazosport. Now, there are some things that are definitely wrong with this piece of letterhead. Let's start first by looking at the spacing in between the top line and the bottom line. There is simply not enough room left on this letterhead to write an actual letter or memo because the photo at the top is too big. Let's talk about that photo as well. As mentioned in your calendar, you would never ever use a personal photo on a piece of professional letterhead. So that is a no-no. If you also look over here at her name and address, the name is not bold enough, it does not stand out, and her name and address are much smaller than the phone number at the bottom. So there are some design issues and spacing issues incorrect with this piece of letterhead. Now let's take a look at Samantha's letterhead redone. If you'll notice the difference, the personal photo is gone, her name is much bigger at the top here, and there is enough space in the middle of the letterhead for her to actually write her letter. Let's take a look at the letterhead of Jonathan Miller. A very nice piece of letterhead where you have enough space to write your letter. And you'll notice that this one is a little designed a little differently, and that his name is down the side of the letterhead. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. A little bit of an interesting design there. His address, phone number, and email are at the top. On this one, you'll notice that there is no logo because his name, the design of his name, serves as the logo. Let's take a look at this piece of letterhead. Now, there is something absolutely, totally incorrect with this piece of letterhead. It is so incorrect that it would force me to give you a 0 for this project if you were to turn it in. Can you guess what it is? No, it is not her name. It's not the address. It's not even that her phone number and email address are missing. The biggest issue with this letterhead is this Starbucks logo right here. You would never, ever use another company's logo on your personal letterhead. It is breach of copyright, and you do not own the rights to any logo that you do not design. So you would never submit letterhead with the logo from MGM Grand or Bellagio or Starbucks or any company. This is absolutely a no-no in the professional world. This little symbol right here is a registered trademark symbol, meaning that Starbucks owns that logo and only Starbucks can use it. Finally, let's take a look at this last piece of letterhead from Edward Kim. If you'll notice, it has a colored background. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that at all. But you'll also notice that his name is in bold, it is all caps, and it is in a complementary color. And that's one thing that you would want to make sure of in a colored background, is that your font stands out. You will also notice here that this logo is not one that was downloaded from Google. This is a homemade logo made by clicking on Insert and then Insert Shapes, and then a text box to do EMK, his initials. So you can make up your own logo if you would like to do so. This project can be done in either Word, as these pieces of letterhead have been done, or you can do it in Publisher, because there is an actual letterhead format within Publisher. So as you work on your letterhead this week, keep in mind that this is the letterhead that you're going to use for the rest of the term, so make it good, make it very much in a design sense, and happy designing to you. I wish you much luck with this project.